in view of time, I will read part of the communication that deals with peace, security issues, as well as the transition in the region. On peace, security, and democracy, authority commends the efforts being made by member states and the Ecowas Commission towards the consolidation of democracy, peace, security, and stability in the region. The authority notes in particular the peaceful elections that took place during the year in Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. The authority welcomes the peaceful resolution of the electoral dispute in the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the peaceful outcome of the dialogue between the opposition and the government in the Republic of Sierra Leone. The authority notes the continued challenges of insecurity and instability in the region that have been engendered by terrorism, violent extremism, transnational organized crime, as well as unconstitutional changes of government. The authority reaffirms its commitment to the promotion of peace, democracy, and good governance, and urges member states to uphold the tenets of the Ecowas protocols relating to the mechanism for conflict prevention, management, resolution, peacekeeping, and good governance. In this regard, the authority took the following decisions. First, and good governance, the authority directs the Commission to undertake deep reflection with stakeholders on the relationship between electoral processes, democracy, and development, and to make actionable recommendations on increasing the transparency and credibility of elections and the promotion of inclusive development and accountable governance. The authority further instructs the Commission to intensify consultation with member states in order to finalize and present for adoption the draft revised supplementary protocol on democracy and good governance. The authority directs the Commission to embark on deep reflection, explore the possibility of an extraordinary summit on unconstitutional change of government. On the Gambia, the authority urges the government and stakeholders to expedite the adoption of the new constitution ahead of the 2026 general elections, as well as the implementation of the white paper on the recommendation of the Truth, Reparation, and Reconciliation Commission. The authority decides to extend the mandate of the Ecowas mission in the Gambia, ECOMIG, for 1 year, and instructs the mission to continue to support the Gambia in the implementation of the white paper and needed defense and security sector reforms. On Guinea-Bissau, the authority strongly condemns the violence that erupted in Bissau on 1st December 2023 and all attempts to disrupt the constitutional order and rule of law in Guinea-Bissau. The authority commends the action of the loyal members of the security forces of Guinea-Bissau and expresses its full solidarity with the people and the constitutional authority of Guinea-Bissau. The authority expresses its deep preoccupation with the recent development in Guinea-Bissau and the threats they pose to constitutional order. The authority therefore calls for the full respect of the national constitution and a transparent investigation into the various events in accordance with the law and with a view to ensuring the quick restoration of all national institutions. The authority directs the Commission to support Guinea-Bissau in the consolidation of democracy, peace and stability, including through the completion of the ongoing review of the Constitution and the urgent defense and security sector reforms. The authority further decides to extend the mandate of the Ecowas Stabilization Support Mission in Guinea-Bissau. It instructs the Commission to take steps to review the mandate of the mission. On Liberia, the authority congratulates the government and the people of Liberia on the peaceful conduct of the general election. The authority congratulates Ambassador Joseph Boakai on his election as President of Liberia and commends President George Weah for his statesmanship and gracious acceptance of the election results. The authority encourages the leaders and citizens of Liberia to continue to promote social cohesion. It urges the Commission to accompany Liberia in these efforts. On Sierra Leone, the authority strongly condemns the attempted coup d'etat of 26 November 2023 that has led to loss of life and destruction of property, and urges judicial instances to conduct a thorough and transparent investigation into the events with a view to identifying and bringing the perpetrators to justice. The authority commenced the signing of the Agreement for National Unity that emanated from the mediated dialogue between the government and the opposition All People's Congress, and urges all parties and other stakeholders to implement the agreement in good faith within the stipulated time frame. The authority instructs the Commission to continue to support Sierra Leone in these efforts. It further directs the Commission to facilitate the deployment of an Ecowas security mission to Sierra Leone to help stabilize this country. On Senegal, the authority takes note of the preparations towards the 25th February 2024 presidential election and urges the government and stakeholders in the electoral process to continue to prioritize inclusivity and transparency towards the conduct of the poll. The authority urges all stakeholders to ensure strict adherence to constitutional norms, Ecowas protocols, and the rule of law in the management of the electoral processes and other related matters to further strengthen the country's democratic culture. On the fight against terrorism and other related security issues, the authority reasserts its commitment to the eradication of terrorism and other threats to the peace, security, and stability of the region. To this end, the authority instructs the Commission to urgently resume efforts to activate the Ecowas standby force in its kinetic mode to counter terrorism operations in zones infested by terrorist armed groups. The authority instructs the Commission to expedite the convening of the meeting of Ministers of Finance and Defense to agree on the modalities for the mobilization of internal financial, human, and material resources on a mandatory basis to support the deployment of the regional counter-terrorism force. The authority takes note of the commencement of assignment by the Special Envoy of Counter-Terrorism, Ambassador Baba Kamara, and directs the Commission to facilitate his mission. The authority directs the Commission to intensify collaboration with sub-regional counter-terrorism initiatives such as the Accra Initiative and MTJN. The authority urges member states to increase funding for joint maritime operations and exercises in the region, and to improve coordination and collaboration among various ministries, departments, agencies responsible for maritime security. On the political situation in the Republic of Niger, the authority recalled its decision at its extraordinary summit of 30 July 2023 and 10th August 2023 on the political situation in the Republic of Niger. The authority commends the efforts of the Chair of Authority, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, towards the peaceful resolution of the political crisis. The authority deeply deplores the continued detention of President Mohamed Bazoum, his family, and associates by the CNSP administration. The authority further deplores the lack of commitment on the part of the CNSP to restore constitutional order. Consequently, the authority calls on the CNSP to release President Mohamed Bazoum, his family, and associates immediately and without condition. The authority decides to set up a committee of heads of state made up of the president and head of state of the Republic of Togo the President and the Head of State of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the President and Head of State of the Republic of Benin, to engage with CNST and other stakeholders with a view to agreeing on a short transition roadmap, establishing transition organs, as well as facilitating the setting up of a transition monitoring and evaluation mechanism towards the speedy restoration of constitutional order. Based on the outcomes of the engagement by the Committee of Heads of State with the CNST, the authority will progressively ease the sanctions imposed on Niger. Failure by the CNST to comply with the outcomes of the engagement with the committee, Ecowas shall maintain all sanctions, including the use of force, and will request African Union and all other partners to enforce the targeted sanctions on members of the CNST and their associates. On the transition process in the region, the authority takes note of the meeting of the presidential troika to reflect on the political and security situation in the region, including authority welcomes the successful national referendum in Mali and commends the transition authorities for the efforts they have deployed. However, the authority notes with concern the transition authorities' reluctance to cooperate with Ecowas in the implementation of transition programs and other activities of interest to the region. The authority deplores the unilateral decisions taken on the implementation of the transitional programs agreed with Ecowas. The authority requests the Troika, under the leadership of His Excellency President Talon of the Republic of Benin, to urgently undertake visits to Burkina Faso, Republic of Guinea and Mali, with a view to engaging the three countries in inclusive implementation of the transition program. The authority directs the Commission to continue to support member states in transition in addressing security challenges and provide them with humanitarian assistance. The authority directs member states to exempt the transition presidents, prime ministers and foreign ministers of the member states in transition from the travel ban and other targeted individual sanctions imposed on the three member states. The authority urges Mali to cooperate with MINUSMA troop contributing countries for the safe removal of contingent-owned equipment from Mali before the deadline. The authority rejects all forms of alliances that seek to divide the region and promote foreign interests in the region. The authority calls on member states to ensure regional unity of action by strictly adhering to collective decisions taken at the level of the authority. This is part of the communique of the session of Their Excellencies, the heads of state and government of the Ecowas Authority.
Thank you. Barring any other issue, I will declare the 64th ordinary session closed.
Thank you, Excellency. Standing on existing protocols, may we all rise for the Ecowas anthem.